Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to another No Dumps podcast. I believe today's episode is brought to you by Nütrl Vodka Seltzer, made with vodka, seltzer, and real juice. It's Nütrl, the one with the umlaut. It is Saturday, March 4th, 2023. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the yard, and that is sweet, sweet Luna getting in a quick nap after a little walk. What's up, everybody? The weekend shift is back. Why not? It's been so long. Probably since last year's playoffs, since we've done a weekend shift. What is it? It's just a little recap of last night's action. Not as many hot takes, a little bit more of me talking with the stream team. Hello to everybody joining us on YouTube. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast later, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on here to go through last night's games. You know, maybe get me in the rhythm with the playoffs right around the corner. This was a lot of fun last year doing these on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, just talking about the big games. And again, just keeping everybody up to speed. You know, the one thing the NBA podcast world is missing, weekend podcasts for the true sickos. So that's why we're here. And that's what we're going to do. I got to get right into it because in about 45 minutes, I got to make my way over to the YMCA to hopefully help coach our youth basketball team to the finals. We got to win 2 games today. Lose 1 and we're out. We got to go 2-0 today to make the finals next week. We're playing some good teams. So, I will move with some speed here. But again, thanks to everybody. If you like these things, especially these little weekend shifts, subscribe and tell a friend and leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. Okay. So I just want to take us through the games very, very quickly. There was a lot on a Friday night, but some fun ones. We'll start with Jokic, triple-double, lifting the Nuggets over the Grizzlies 113-97. 18, 18, and 10. The Joker's 25th triple-double this season. His team remains perfect when he hits that in the box score. And I think what happened last night is that Denver basically locked up the number 1 seed. They took the season series 2-1 versus the Grizzlies. They now hold a 6-game lead, 5 in the loss column, over the Grizzlies for that top seed in the Western Conference. I think they've got it here. I mean, it would have to be an epic meltdown, and I just don't see that happening with the way they're clicking right now. This game was close. I mean, you see the final score, and you're like, ooh, blowout. It was tied 80-80 at the end of 3 quarters, and then the Nuggets just crushed them in the fourth, outscored them 33-17. And I know TK slipped this into a podcast maybe last week. I believe it was, earlier this week, I guess, however you want to look at it. When does the next week start? Is it Sunday? Has it already started? Is it Monday? I guess it's Monday. But anyway, this past week, he stole one of my quote-unquote hot takes, and that is he believes the Nuggets' sort of championship might ride on Michael Porter Jr., and I really believe that. And I crunched the numbers a little bit here this morning. In wins this year, MPJ averages 18-6 with a true shooting percentage of 65. Lights out in victories. He had another good game in this one. In losses, his numbers dipped to like 14 points per game, shooting under 40% from the field, 33% from 3. So he's obviously very important to the Nuggets' chances to go very far in the playoffs and to maybe win the whole thing. Jokic is going to be Jokic. That ain't going to be a problem. Jamal Murray, I believe, will have, like, in a playoff series, he'll be the classic, a couple, regular, if you want to call it that, 20 to 25 point games. He'll have a dud here or there where he can't hit, and then he'll have a monster one. So he's going to be sort of all over the map. But Michael Porter Jr., he is instrumental, I think, to their chances to get this, to get to the finals at the very least, or maybe even win the whole thing. So he's playing really, really well. And again, I think the Nuggets have locked up the number 1 seed. Pressure's going to be on them here. They're going to be, in theory, favorites in every series. I mean, will they, I guess? If the Suns and Warriors match up against them in a second round, what will the odds makers say? It should be the Nuggets as favorite, especially with home court advantage, but you never know. All right, keep it moving here in the Western Conference. Sabonis hits game-winning free throws. Practice your free throws, kids, as the Kings beat the Clippers 128-27. Crazy game, okay? Let me take you through it. Paul George, he hits a 3 to give the Clippers a 1-point lead with about 51 seconds left. Sabonis responds with a layup on the other end. Great pass from Malik Monk, drawing the defense, sort of shovels it inside to Sabonis, hits it an easy layup under the rim there. Beautiful pass, though, I thought, from Monk. After the timeout, Paul George comes back. He makes a very tough layup, puts it high off the glass with about 30 seconds to go, 33 seconds left. They take the lead back, and then shit got wild. Fox misses an open jumper that he's hit a million times this season. The Clippers get the rebound, and the Kings, they thought about fouling, but wisely were like, there might be enough time here. Maybe don't foul. They sort of force a lot of pressure. The Clippers just get it over half court. And then Eric Gordon gets a little bit trapped on the side. He throws, a bit of a heater pass to Russell Westbrook. It should have been caught, though. I think Russ took his eyes off the ball, was already thinking where he was going with it, and it just slipped through his hands and goes out of bounds. Kings get the final possession here for them. Fox gets to his spot again, misses another jumper, but Sir Robert Covington pushes Sabonis in the back on the rebound. And he did. Like, I love to let guys battle under there for the rebound, but when that arm gets extended and Sabonis had positioning, like he was already on the box out, even though he was the offensive player, foul called. Sabonis steps to the line, has to hit them both. He does. Clippers don't believe, they don't have any timeouts left. Paul George brings it up, gets a decent look at a three-pointer. I thought Fox played it really well without fouling too, and he misses. Kings win like the motherfucking beam. Oh my God, this team is hot. De'Aaron Fox with 33 points for his 8th consecutive 30-point game. Oh my goodness. This guy. I love Michael Burton Brown, talking up Sabonis and Fox for all NBA now. He's saying, we got them in the All-Star game. These guys are all NBA. Sabonis, I think, is a lock. Fox, that'll be tough. That'll be tough with how many guards there are, but holy crap, is he played deserving of the spot, like on a third team there. So good win. Clippers are frauds anyway. Everybody knows that. They lose again. Still looking for their first W with Russell Westbrook. That was he had a great game too. No Kawhi in this one. Good stat line from Russ. Made some nice plays. Like he actually made a really nice pass to Paul George for one of those threes late. But the one where it just goes through his hands. Oh, man. Now my old high school coach, would always say it's the passer's fault. Always. That's Eric Gordon's fault, he would say. I think Russ probably should have caught it, but that's a bad turnover. But good job by the Kings and Brown to not foul in that situation. And Fox missed 2 jumpers, like that he again has hit so many times this year. He might be the leader in the clubhouse for clutch player of the year, but they still pull out the victory because of Sabonis getting positioning on the one and that defense that led to the turnover. Kings, man. They are hot. Yeah, I like that beam. All right. Also in the West, Klay Thompson scored 27. Warriors beat the Pelicans 108-99. Man, what a weird season for the Pelicans. This is a depressing ending to this year, that's for sure. But the Warriors, they finished 5-0 at home on this little homestand. No Curry. He's supposed to be back tomorrow. Of course, Golden State rallies from another double-digit deficit, thank you, at halftime to win. So they're down. What were they down in this one? 17. And for the 4th consecutive game, comes storming back in the second half. I thought Kuminga is my real note from this one. I thought he was amazing off the bench. 19 points on 13 shots, 7 boards, 4 steals, and he helped them get back into this game and ultimately like run away with it in the end. But this is the 4th consecutive game that the Warriors have done this, where they've been down big, and it's like, okay, don't worry, and come back and get it done. Good win from them. They're obviously like, they have their eyes probably on home court advantage at this point in the first round of the Western Conference. Can they get there? Rudy Gobert leads the Wolves past the Lakers despite AD's 38. Minnesota moves back above 500. They rebounded from that 0-3 stretch. Solid wins here. Back-to-back wins over the Clippers and the Lakers. Lakers made a game of it. They trailed by 14 in the 4th quarter, went on a nice run. It was down to 3 points, but then AD lost his shoe during a defensive possession, and it led to a Mike Conley open three-pointer with about, 70 seconds to go. So that was a big one. Losing the shoe, man. Got to tighten it up. Maybe he wears giant shoes like KD does, who always loses them. I'm not sure. But a balanced effort here from the Wolves. Rudy with 22 and 14. He looked great. I thought Darvin Ham from the Lakers had a fascinating quote after the game. He said, there was a time when it looked like we were playing in mud. The Wolves are fighting for their lives as well and trying to get to the postseason. They had that urgency and we didn't. Yeah, you're in a worse position than the Wolves. Why isn't your team fighting? I get it. AD had a good line. No LeBron for weeks. He'll be reassessed. Are we even going to see LeBron for the rest of the year? If they're done, if they're out of the playoffs, if they have no chance of getting into the play-in, probably not. I don't know why he would come back at that point. But they really missed D'Angelo Russell amazingly too, especially against his old team there. And they lose, and that's a good win from the Wolves, trying to stay in their position in the Western Conference. I believe final Western Conference versus Western Conference games was Wiggins scoring 27 as the Thunder topped the Jazz to end a 5-game skid. Wiggins. You see Wiggins. You're like, who? Andrew Wiggins? No, the other Wiggins. Really good game for him, playing well in this Thunder win. OKC, though, here's the story from this game. They attempted 104 shots to Utah's 78. In part because the Jazz committed 26 turnovers. But great game from Wiggins. Jalen Williams with 20. Lou Dort with 19. Giddey with 18 and 13 and 6. And for the Jazz, you had your rookie Walker Kessler with 10, 11, and 4 blocks. I bring that up because I saw somebody in the comments of yesterday's Drop podcast when we went through our NBA award frontrunners. I had, just for shits and gigs, Jalen Williams in the 3rd slot for Rookie of the Year. It doesn't matter. Paolo's winning it. But on my fake ballot, doesn't even count. I had Jalen Williams because I just wanted to point out how great he's been, how he's improved so much since he became a starter, and just the numbers he's putting up and the impact he has on winning and all that. And then I had a Jazz fan very upset in the comments. Couldn't believe that I had Jalen Williams over Walker Kessler. Even though I brought up Walker Kessler's name, even though Trey Kirby showed some love to him, he's been great. A real surprise, I think, to a lot of people going later in the draft. But I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Neither of these guys are winning it. Kessler's going to be on the all-rookie first team if, that's going to keep you up at night. Jalen Williams, I think, might get bumped to the second team because there's been so many good rooks. But, who cares? Okay. All right. I hear you. I see you. Texas Walker Kessler. He's fine. He's very good, actually. But I was just showing some love to Jalen Williams. And he had 20. Did he have a better game in this? Well, he got the win. So I guess I was right. Just kidding. Suns roll over the Bulls, 125-104. I felt bad for TK. Durant played. We thought he wasn't. He played 31 minutes. Put up 29 and 6 with a steal and a block, but it was really Devin Booker and Josh Okogie combining with 60 points. Yeah, 35 for Booker, 25 for Josh. Both those guys hitting a bunch of threes. Phoenix dominated the second half. They outscored the Bulls by 25 after they were trailing at the break. So, yeah, not good for Bulls fans out there. They need every single one of these. They thought maybe Durant wouldn't play. Maybe they could sneak it out. But dominant performance from the Suns in the second half. This is weird. I had to do a triple check on this one. Devin Booker matched his career high with 6 threes in last night's game. 6. I was like, that can't be right. Devin Booker has had to have had games where he's hit more than 6 threes. No. In fact, when you go to Basketball Reference and you pull up his page, and you can scroll down and see game highs, for all the categories for every year, right? It does this cool little thing. I love that addition. I feel like that's fairly new over the last couple of years. But anyway, look at Booker's, and at least in the regular season, it's every single year he's played, his career high for made threes in a game is 6. His rookie year, the next 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 year. He has never hit more, at least in a regular season game. I'd have to check playoffs. I forgot to do that. He's never hit more than 6 threes in a game. I just find that so weird for a guy who's considered, one of the better 3-point shooters in the game, especially when he gets hot. We know the number totals he's put up, but, he does a lot of his work still in the mid-range game, the midi committee, and obviously can force some action on the rim. Just wild. Couldn't believe it. Yes, good point here from Swish. I do see your comments, guys, but I am trying to move with some pace, like I said. Swish pointing out Should or would have been better if the Bulls were wearing their traditional whites while the Suns were wearing those 90s throwbacks. Those. I meant to bring this up on the first game after Durant played on Thursday night. That didn't like those Suns jerseys. Like I like the ones with like the big, just says Suns, the white jerseys, the big numbers. He's back to the 35. I was like, yeah, this doesn't look good. Especially after seeing all the photoshops of when KD went to the Suns in the 90s throwback. Just wear these all the time. They're so sexy. That purple and the sunburst. And yeah, we were only missing the Bulls. They were wearing white, but not the traditional, as Swish pointed out. But Suns roll and look good so far, right? In their 2 games, especially Josh has their 5th starter and him hitting 5 threes. I didn't check, but I'm guessing that's probably a career high. Maybe not. Maybe he's had a game where he's hit 6 or 7. Okay, let's get to the Eastern Conference. I feel like I buried the lead a little bit here, but Julius Randle scores 43. Knicks win their 8th straight. They top the Heat 122-120. Listen to the start of the Associated Press report on this one, the AP report. I'm quoting it here. This is the start of it. Here's just some of the things Julius Randle did in the final seconds Friday night. He lost the ball. He fell to the floor. He sent New York coach Tom Thibodeau sprawling, and he collided with a security guard. Oh, and he hit a game winner. And I would add to that, he also got Mike Breen to drop the double bang on that game-winning 3. Sheesh, what an insane ending to the game. I mean, you just have to go watch it. I won't try and explain it even better than the AP report did, but it was the most broken play of all time. And losing the ball, somehow the ball staying in bounds, and Randle hitting like that fadeaway 3 on the side to give us the Breen double bang, which I believe is only... Is it the 4th double bang in history? 3rd? I know Curry has one. We've gone through this before. I feel like we made a clip about this, or I made a tweet about this, I think. What is it? How many double bangs have we ever had from Breen? It's got to be 3. It's 3 or 4. But anyway, crazy. My goodness, what an insane shot. What a game for Randle, though. 16 of 25 from the floor, 8 3-pointers. I feel like he does this every 3rd or 4th game, where you see 8 in that column. The Knicks, like I said, they extend the winning streak to 8 games here. And here's a fun trivia question for everyone. The Knicks, 38 and 27. They have topped last season's win total. They are the 6th team in the NBA to do so already this season. Can you name the other 5 teams? I'm not really going to wait for a minute here and see if everybody can name the 5 teams. But there's 5 other teams, and then the Knicks, that have already surpassed their win total from last year. Some of them are no-brainers. Sacramento, duh. Indiana already has. Thunder have. Portland has. And Orlando. No, I'm talking guys right now. Not the, you guys see, I see somebody in the stream team saying Celtics and Nuggets and stuff like that. No, right this second, they've already won more games than they did last year. So it's the Knicks, it's the Kings, the Pacers, the Thunder, the Blazers, and the Magic. Some of you getting that correct here in the stream team. Team Hold with the Magic. What's up? Everybody go invest in Team Hold. Magic? It's magical. That's what he really means. Subliminal advertising. Mikal Bridges helps the Nets rally to stun the Celtics 115-105. Brooklyn Bridges scored 38. I guarantee that he is a future All-Star. Got some pushback to that one. He's going to be. He will be. He's going to have the stats. We know he's got the pedigree of a defensive player too. That always helps. And if his team is good next year, moving forward, whatever, he's going to make it because he's solid, man. Holy crap. He scored 30 or more in 3 of Brooklyn's last 6 games. And this one, the Nets overcame a 28-point deficit. Just a brutal night for Boston. They turned the ball over 19 times. They suffered their biggest collapse of the season. Again, they had a 28-point lead, totally took their foot off the gas. They watched their birthday boy, Jason Tatum, miss all 8 of his threes, and they lost Robert Williams III to a hamstring injury. I don't know the extent of the injury. I don't know how serious it is, but he did leave the game. I mean, that's a bad night. Bad night all around. But credit to the Nets for coming back. I mean, they really did. They did the work early to make it a game, right? where they were down huge and then got it to a respectable sort of deficit at half and then continued in the second half and run away in the end with the 115-105. There was that one possession where they had was it like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds? They somehow didn't capitalize. But that was deflating, obviously, for the Celtics and their fans. And there were some boo birds out, and probably rightfully so. Again, it was like that. They just were like, well, we got this. We got this. They were already thinking where they were going to go party for Tatum's birthday, maybe. Maybe that was what happened. But Bucks fans are like, sweet. Thanks, Nets. Good job. Gain another half game on the Celtics for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. I was going to do a quick check on that. Is it 1 full game now? You guys can let me know, probably faster than I can search for it. But I believe, yes, the Bucks are up 1 full game on the Celtics, 2 in the loss column there. So that was a big win from Brooklyn to help the Bucks out because everybody wants that number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. A couple more games left. Dejounte Murray scored 41 to help the Hawks beat the Blazers. Quinn Snyder gets his first win. Joe Prunty's like, took you long enough. He made 17 of 22 shots from the field. Dejounte Murray did all 5 of his threes. I was happy to see this quote from Trae Young after the game about Murray. He said, he's the king of the mid-range jumper right now. He said right now. He's not saying he's the best in the league. Definitely not saying he's the best of all time. But in a lot of Hawks games I've seen both in person and recently, Murray is comfortable with that jumper. He's got a high release on it. He's super athletic. He can obviously get to his spot. He's been knocking it down with some consistency. So Trae Young noticed. Hawks move into the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Big stretch coming up for the Hawks over the next week. They have the very rare, I assume rare, 4-game road trip in just 2 cities. This is the Hawks. They play in Miami starting today, and then they stay in Miami and play again. That's never a good scene. Uh-oh, what are the Hawks going to get up to in Miami, in South Beach? But anyway, they play 2 games against the Heat in Miami. Then they go to Washington and play 2 games there. This is over the stretch of basically the next week, starting today, ending on Friday. 4 games, 2 cities, and these are both teams, they are jockeying for position. I mean, they are a half game back of the Heat. They're a game and a half up, I believe, on the Wizards, who play my Raptors today in a big game. So, yeah, watch the Hawks here. I mean, they could really, let's say they even go 3-1 or something like that. This could be a big week for them to, really help their chances to at least be hosting a play-in game come the first round. Final game. Paolo Banchero scored 31. Magic beat the Hornets 117-106. I didn't know this heading into this game, and I did not watch a lot of this game, but I saw this note. Paolo was 1 of 33 on 3-point attempts in February, and he started this month 0 for 2 before going 2 for 6 against the Hornets. So it was his first game with multiple threes since late January. He was 1 for 33 on threes in February. Fascinating. I felt like that. I mean, I know it's the Magic. Not really. I mean, they're trying to stay in a play-in race. Everybody knows he's already winning Rookie of the Year, but I felt like that went under the radar a little bit. Guy really struggling from distance. But he knocked down a couple, and they got the win. And the other note from this, I see people already saying it there in the stream team. Michael Jordan sitting at the end of the Hornets bench for, I believe, the first time this season. And Mark Williams forgot to dap him up at one point, but he went back and got him. You got to dap up MJ there, but not a great performance there from the Hornets with MJ sitting at the end in, what was he? A lot of leather. I feel like there was a lot of leather on that man. So anyway, those are the games. I think I got them all. Tell me if I missed anything. I'll do a quick check to make sure I got them all, but I'm pretty sure I did. A lot of action on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games on last night. Too many, if you ask me. But this was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. We'll call it there. I literally got to get going here, and I got to take this little doggo. Take this little doggo outside before I go, and then hopefully go and win 2 YMCA games and try and get us to the finals. But hey, let's just have some fun. No pressure. We've done the coaching. We've done the hard work. And now we just see if we can hit shots. I'll tell you what, our team has gotten a lot better at rebounding. That was a killer for us. We were getting killed on the boards. We don't have the biggest team in the world, but we were getting hammered on the board. So we've gotten a lot better at that. Got a bit of more a nose for the ball and passing. We're figuring it out that passing the ball is faster than dribbling it, and also it's a lot more fun for your teammates to be involved, and you can get better shots. So we just got to go out there and knock down these shots. I believe we can do it. I believe the next time I talk to you, probably on Monday morning, I'll be telling you we're headed to the finals. Let's hope so. Anyway, let me know if you like this. Hit the like button. Subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube. If you're a Survivor fan, check out No Buffs. It has its own podcast feed and YouTube feed. Just search for No Buffs Survivor 44. And I believe that is it. Hopefully we'll do some more of these as we get closer to the playoffs. And it was always fun to just do a little mini recap. It gets my brain going too. Helps out for the Monday morning show. But thanks again, everybody. We will see you on Monday. Until then, Clipper Bro.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
All right, everybody. Brace the day, people.
You could stay.